What's up, folks? Eric, KJ4YZI, and I got something new here that I want to show you that I think is interesting. I hope you find it interesting, and maybe you have a need for something like this. Now, if you remember my Tempest weather station, I've had that for a couple of years now in the backyard. I love it. I bought my friend Chris one. He'll give you his idea of what he's thought in the last couple of years. But Weatherflow had seen these and those videos, and they sent me something here. This is the Weathermeter, a pocket weather meter by Weatherflow. Now, don't let the box here confuse you where it says precision shooting. They sent this to me and I thought, well, what am I going to do with this? Because I'm not really a precision shooter. Actually, they make 3 models of this, but what this is a pocket-sized aerospace laboratory calibrated data collection system right here in the palm of your hand. Okay, it will tell you everything from the wind speed, wind direction, the atmospheric pressure, the humidity, the temperature. And the cool thing about this is, if you're into weather like I am, you'll laugh at the people that say, oh wow, it's like 48 miles an hour here when it's really only 5. Okay, because a lot of people exaggerate. And if you're into Skywarn, this is something you have to have. If you're out in the field, one of the things that Skywarn spotters are asked by the National Weather Service is, what is the current wind speed? What is it? And you may just guess, or you're going to go by someone else's weather station online and guess, or you're going to say, oh my gosh, it was 80 miles an hour. No, it might have not been. It might have been 23. But holding this up like this will give you a real time through the app on your phone. I'm going to show you with the app on Bluetooth. This thing will tell you exactly the conditions in your area. Okay, this is a cool little device. I'm glad they sent it to me. Thank you, Weatherflow. And there's 3 models of this. So again, this one says precision shooting. I'm going to go into why that's precision shooting, but they also have one for just wind speed. If you're one of those people that are just wanting to, you may have seen Jim Cantori. Jim Cantori's out there with the wind meter on the beach when the Cat 5 is rolling into Florida, okay? But they also have one for agriculture. If you really want to see, things, if you're into farming and stuff. If you're out on a farm, man, if you ain't got a weather station, there may be things that you need to know about the current conditions in your actual vicinity right there. So we're going to get into this right now about the Weathermeter by Weatherflow. Thank you for sending that. And I'll show you about the app and how it works, and we'll see what the current conditions are here in the backyard at the Ponderosa.
HamRadioConcepts is brought to you by HamRadioPrep.com. It's never been easier to learn about ham radio before you take the exam. And Ham Radio Prep makes it fun and guarantees your success. Visit HamRadioPrep.com. Use the code ERIC20 to instantly save 20% off every course you buy. Remember the name, HamRadioPrep.com.
So to start, I'll show this what this means for precision shooting, because this device here, if you are a long-range shooter, okay, there's things that affect your trajectory and all that, such as wind speed and atmospheric pressure and all kinds of stuff that will give you an idea of what you have to do to compensate for making accurate shots at long distance. And that's what they came out with this one. I'm just using this as a pocket weather station because it does all that, and I don't need to be a shooter, right? But this will tell you wind 2 to 140 miles an hour, plus or 0.5% accuracy. Temperature -40 to 255 degrees Fahrenheit with a plus or minus 0.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity 0 to 100%, plus or minus 3% of accuracy. And pressure 8.9 to 32.5 inches. And that can be set to millibars as well, because I usually use millibars. And that is humidity, dew point, wind direction, wind speed, temperature, wind chill, heat index, pressure, density, altitude. Calibrated in an aerospace research laboratory, stainless steel ball bearings, Bluetooth connectivity up to 100 feet, multiple mounting options, CR2450 battery up to 3 years life, and a 3-year warranty. So, multiple mounting options. Let's go over this. Comes in a little case like this, all right? And this one seems to be like a camouflage color, like olive drab as they call it. And it comes with several little things for the bottom. So if you want to, on the bottom there is a 1/4-20 screw. Now that's useful if you have a tripod like the camera's sitting on, or the tripod that my Tempest is sitting on. If you're in a public safety event or a public service event or a 5K run or something, wherever you need to capture the data right now without holding this thing in your hand, You could put it on a 1/4 screw. I wouldn't recommend leaving that outside like that all day for it to tip. You know, I recommend, this is not to replace a home weather station. That's why I have the Tempest, okay? But in a pinch, if you're RVing, great thing to have. Great thing to have. When you're RVing and you want to know, man, is it getting windy enough for me to put that RV awning up? I have an RV. I know what that's like when the thing blows up and almost snaps the two handles on the side of the RV. So you could also screw this in, and this will have a little bit of a like a little loop on the bottom, so that you can put this loop on a necklace, so that you can, you know, or a lanyard, so you can hold this like this, you know, keep it, and then in your pocket, on your belt clip, whatever. And then they also have the little adapter here, which looks like a headphone jack, right? 3.5 millimeter, but it's plastic, it's not metal. So you can stick this in safely into your phone if your phone has, you know, one of those jacks, which a lot of phones don't anymore, but there's a lot of phones that do. You can plug it in there, then you could hold, it would look something like this when you're holding your phone up, you know, and you can watch the app and have this attached to your phone. Those are the mounting options. 3 of them. Very lightweight. Now, the little, so on the front there's a button here. That's the little Weatherflow logo. Then you have a little slotted space right here. This is basically where it's getting your humidity and your temperature here. So you don't want to hold your finger over that, because that's going to adjust or, you know, hamper your actual settings, okay? And the way you do this is, and I'll show you about connecting it in the not sunlight, because I'm frying out here. We're going to see what it is, the temperature right now as I hold this. So the button in the front you'd hold for 5 seconds, and then that button's going to face you, and with the compass that's built in, you face this into the wind. And you may say, I don't know which way the wind's coming from. You can kind of get it, guys. Look at a flag, look at a tree, feel it. If it's coming from behind you, you turn around. If it's coming from the north or wherever, off the beach, you'll hold this like this, and you're going to get, it's going to show you on the app which way you're facing and the wind speed and wind direction. So that'll give you, and you can record that on the app and save that and share it to social media, Facebook, Instagram, wherever they have it on there. You just tap it. It'll give you, hey, this is my conditions right now at my area. So that's pretty cool. The ball bearings in this thing, wow. This fan spins forever, okay? It's very, very low resistance, okay? So when this thing picks up like 2 miles an hour gust or 1.5 miles, it'll turn, and you don't, a lot of times, there's some weather stations out there where you really got to have some wind kicking to get that thing moving. Not this. I mean, if I hold it like this, look, here we go. I'm going to say, there's only about 1.5 miles an hour wind, and look, it's turning, okay? And I'm going to show you what that looks like on the app up close right now. Okay, so the app you want to download is Wind and Weathermeter here. That's available on the Play Store. It's available on iPhone. And first thing you want to do is you want to connect your device to the app or to your phone. Okay, so on the device here, the button in the front, you just tap that for a second. You'll see maybe a tiny little light on there. You can hardly see, but you'll see already it popped up a start because it's connected on Bluetooth. First thing you want to do is you want to go up here to the settings, and you want to go settings and calibrate compass. Now to calibrate the compass, basically you're going to blow into this thing and turn it as the wind's blowing it, though I don't have to blow into it. Find an area where there's some wind, or blow into it, and you turn this like this. Now that's to calibrate the compass. Okay, now watch this. Take a reading. Start. Now this is in real time with this thing. I'm going to face it north like this. And you'll see it doesn't take much to get that thing moving. That's 2 miles an hour right here from the north. 1.8. It'll go down to 1.5 miles an hour before it goes to 0. I guess it can't accurately because the things move so easy that it doesn't want to pick up and say every single thing's wind or shaking your pocket or something, you know. So that is 1.5 roughly. You can see it doesn't take much to get this thing to spin. But see, the wind's coming from the north. So unless I face it north like this, it won't read, okay? Because it's going to come from the direction. You're going to point it to the direction that the wind's coming from. There's 4.2 from the north. Temperature is 88.3, 29.86 inches of pressure, 50% humidity. Now I could stop this, and I could save that, add a description wherever you're at. If you're at a beach, if you're at an event, I could add description, and I could put backyard like that. okay? And I could save it. And then I could share it on a map. If you install the app, let's see, Wind Alert. So you can view it on a map and you can see other people that are reporting their weather conditions with a device like this. Okay, we're not gonna do that right now. And you could also, let's go back. You could also save this for yourself and share it to a text message, to an email, to a social media. And it tells you right here, winds are 1 to 4 miles an hour from the north, pressure 1,011 millibars, temperature 89. And you can copy that and send it right into a text message if you want, or an email or Facebook post or whatever. That's pretty cool. So I think this is really cool. People that would use this or find this useful, Skywarn. In ham radio, we have Skywarn, which is, you don't have to be a ham radio operator to do Skywarn, but using ham radio to relay certain dangerous weather conditions, you know, could be very useful in the safety of life and human property. Skywarn spotters are always asked, number one, what is the current conditions, the wind speed, the barometric pressure, the temperature, the rainfall? Well, this won't tell you rainfall, but instead of looking online, when you're asked for your current conditions, something like this in your pocket would be very beneficial. Or if you travel a lot. Say you travel a lot, or you're hiking and maybe you want to set up a tent, or you want to see if your antennas for ham radio are gonna, you know, survive in some of the wind that you have up there, or maybe you really want to see just what the conditions are in your area for your own peace of mind because you're fascinated with weather. Something like this would help. And if you are a precision shooter or into agriculture, like I said, they make different models. I'd be curious if anybody has used one of these for precision shooting. If it's helped you, please drop a comment below and let me know, or send me an email at HamRadioConcepts@gmail.com. I want to hear about your story on that. That's pretty cool. But thanks for Weatherflow for sending this to me. And there's a video coming up now that I got to put together from when Chris came over, and some I did earlier and some I did after, on my Tempest, because I've had it for a couple years in that Tempest. My wife is interested in weather now because of that Tempest. And the things pop up on your screen and say it's raining at the Ponderosa, or the lightning 6 to 8 miles away, or you know, wind chill advisory or heat index advisory. It tells you everything. They're the same creators that make this, that make the Tempest. And we'll show you an update video on that in case you haven't seen it. Thanks for watching, everybody. More videos are on the way. 7.3 KJ4YZI.